What you will need is an old cardboard box, some coloured paper or newspaper, or old magazines or comics, and some plain white paper, some scissors, some glue, coloured pens, crayons or felt tips, some ribbon or string, and some sellotape. So hi guys, so the studio is shut because of the coronavirus, but we're hopefully going to have lots of videos on with activities that you can still carry on doing. And today, because we're not going to be there on Saturday to do our Mother's Day crafts, we're going to do one online. So you can pause it when you need to, or you can just carry on watching. You have a list of all the equipment you need, and this is what we're going to do. Make this lovely little picture for your mum, because I can imagine you've done cards in school. So we're going to do this lovely tulip picture, okay? So what we're going to do, we need is old brown card from an old cardboard box, or an old cereal packet, or anything like that, like a nice stiff cardboard box, okay? And we need to cut that into a rectangle shape. That's our first job. And then once we've cut it into a rectangle shape, we need to draw like a line going up, not to the top, a line going across, not to the edge, and a line going back down to the bottom. And then we cut along these lines that we've just drawn. And we end up with a little goalpost kind of shape. But this isn't very good for a frame because a picture would drop out there, wouldn't it? So we need to make it into a frame. And the reason we've cut it this way is so we don't have to poke scissors in and hurt our fingers, and this is an easy way to do it. So what we need next is a strip which is exactly the same length as the long bit along the top, and it's similar width, and that's what we need. Then we're going to stick this along the bottom there. So we need our glue stick, and we need to stick 2 bits of glue there, and we stick this strip on there, then we've got our frame, okay, like so. However, it doesn't look very interesting, does it? Kind of looks a bit grumpy and brown. So what we're going to do is we're going to decorate it. So what you need to do next is using old magazines or wrapping paper or newspaper even, any old scrap bits of paper you have, we can use it to rip up and stick along our frame there. So we stick it along our brown frame to make it more interesting. So here's a part 1 done. See, we've got part of it done there. And then I have a little newspaper one done. If you only have any newspaper, you can do it. I'm sure Mum would love it just the same. So this is all done in old newspaper. I've even done the background and the flower in newspaper. So if that's all you have, I'm sure you can manage to do the project as good. Okay, so once we've decorated our frame, we need to do the background and our little flower, okay? So we need a plain piece of paper, and the best way to do it is pop your frame on top of the paper there, use a pencil or a pen and just lightly draw the inside section of your frame, okay? And then that's where you'll know where your picture has to go, rather than you colour it in lovely and then you miss the best bits off because they're on the outside. So then I'm going to cut around, because obviously this would be too big, so using your scissors, cut around but leaving a border around where you've just drawn, and cut a border all the way around. We need that border to stick your picture on the back of your frame. So don't cut right up to the line, we need a border all the way around, okay? So that's our, you probably can't see because of the pencil, but on there I've got the little rectangle here, and we've got the border on the way, all the way around. So then I'm going to colour it in blue. I'm just doing blue background there, a bit more, a bit different colour blue. Blue and green, but you can do it psychedelic if you wanted, all different colours. That is, it's your picture. If you want to be all funky and different colours, that's up to you. But nice blue and green, it doesn't matter if you go over your lines, because we just need that an idea of where we're going to draw. So that's our blue background all done. Now we need to do our flower. Now now we need to make our little tulip bit, which is in the middle, don't we, our 3D tulips. I'm going to put my glasses on for this one. And we need 3 little pieces of whatever paper you're going to use. Your coloured paper, you can even use white paper if that's all you've got, and you can colour that in, or your newspaper, or your magazines, any colour paper. We need 3 similar size squares, okay? And then we're going to, let me just trim them off. So we're going to trim them off so they're similar size, like so. And then we're going to fold all 3 together, one on top of each other, go and fold it in half like that. So we've got it all folded over in half, okay? And then the folded side on your left hand, then we're going to do, tell you what, we'll draw it on, shall we? So we'll draw it on with a little pen there. So we're going to draw like it's a half smiley face. If you opened it up, it would be a full smiley face, okay? So we only have to draw on one side, and then we're going to cut that off, like so. So we've got this funny little shape, yeah? And now, at the top there, on the straight bit, we're going to cut a little V, like so. One from one corner, one from the next corner, so we end up with this little shape, yeah? And then we open it up and we have 3 little tulips, okay? So can you see these 3 little tulips? So now what we need to do is we need to make them into a 3D flower. So we get our glue stick, choose what colour you want first, and just fold it back over, and on one side put a bit of glue. Then we fold the, it's going everywhere, looks like a little jumping tulip. Then we're going to fold the other one up and put it right on top of it so it matches up. So we've got 2 together now, look, like this, see? And then I bet you can guess what we're going to do with the 3rd one, exactly the same. And fold this one, stick it on top of that, so we're layering it up into 3 layers. So now we've got 1, 2, and this should open to make two more leaves, you see? Lovely. Can you see that? Right. Okay, so we've made our little flower, but the important thing is we're not going to stick it on yet, because once we put our picture on, it get all squashed. So that gets stuck on right at the end. So just leave it to the side. We need a stalk. So I've cut a little green stalk out of paper. Again, you can use whatever paper you're using, whether you need to colour it in or use newspaper, whatever you've got at hand, okay? And then we're going to put a little leaf on, like a tulip leaf. They're normally long and quite big, long leaves, tulip leaves. And as I say, we're not putting our flower on just yet. A little sort of cloud. You could have a little rain cloud or a little watery cloud watering your plant. And in it, I've put the words, Mum, if you were a flower, I would pick you. Or you could put best mum or I love you mum. So what we need to do is just get a plain piece of white paper, make a little cloud shape, do a little border on it with, I think I'll have pink this time, yeah. So you go around the edge there, make it a little border, just to make it more interesting. You could have a blue one if you wanted it to be blue cloud, like the sky colour. So carefully go around the edge there, like so. And then we need to put whatever you want to write inside. So, what should I put on this one? I'm going to put best mum, I think. So we've made our little cloud. We're going to put some glue on the back, stick it on, like so. You could even, there's a bit of a gap there, so I'm going to put some little sort of dots like this, decorating. Make it nice and busy and pretty for mum. Okay, and then so we've got this. Looks a bit weird because we've got no flower, but it will get squashed. So then we need our frame, don't we? So if I go back to our frame, which is not put together, but you'll have a lovely decorated frame like mine. We turn it over, turn this on, like over, put it on, and we need to tape it on with our tape. So this is, so we'll just get some tape, tape it on each side like so. Like so, do all 4 sides like this, but all 4 sides. Okay, oops, oh, lost my little frame there. Let me do that side for you. So tape on, or if you haven't got any tape but you've got your little glue stick, you can glue it on. Make it nice and secure because you don't want it all fall into pieces, do you, on one? Okay. Put any little bits off that you've got hanging about there. So, okay, so there we go, we've got our little picture. Yours will be all decorated, remember, so you won't see these little joins. And now we stick our flower on. The reason we don't do it is when we do that, we'd squash our flower, wouldn't we? So we need to put the glue on both edges. So the both edges, stick our flower on like so. And hey presto, we have a little 3D flower picture from us. So this is the finished one. Okay, and then we just, oh, tell you what you could do. Instead of, before you put the flower on and you're putting your tape on the back, tape your ribbon on as well. So turn it over, put your picture on, tape your picture on, tape your ribbon on, and then the very last thing you put on is your flower, and that's your Happy Mother's Day picture. You can wrap that up. If you don't have paper or anything, like I say, you can make a full newspaper version. Okay. Or if you don't have any paper at all, you've got the old cardboard box, you can even draw it on. For the little guys, if you are too fiddly to do your flower, you can draw a little, oh, say it a little bit, shall I? You can draw a little picture on, like that. So you can do lots of variations. And you can use these for like presents for aunties, presents for grandmas, presents for friends. But you can put all different pictures inside. So give it a go and have your Happy Mother's Day with your mum.